This is Tone from the 757 Spin None But the Truth. Back to y'all with another video. And today, I'm going to be talking to y'all about the Eastern and Western Conference playoffs coming up real soon. Still working out. The Blazers just won. They're going to play in the play-in tournament with Memphis, and the Blazers going to play in for the play-in tournament. So that's going to be definitely a great battle. It was definitely a close wire with the Brooklyn game. And, hey, man, I'm sorry for the Suns, man. They went 8-0, but I think the future is bright for them. But we're going to go get down to the contenders and pretenders, and we're going to start off with the Eastern Conference. So, the Magic versus the Bucks. I think this is the easy one. The Bucks are definitely the contenders in this one, and the Magic are the pretenders. Even though the Magic, they have a great young squad, they're just not ready yet, man. They're just not ready to win it all. That's just kind of obvious. They don't got nobody to guard Giannis. Who's the problem? The Bucks are just a deeper team, more veteran team. I just do like what Clifford is doing, but like I said, the Bucks, they're the #1 seed for the reason. They're the best defensive team. Giannis is going to be the winner MVP. They're the contender, and the Magic are the pretenders. Next, we got Toronto versus Brooklyn. Now, Brooklyn, they're a hard playing team, even though they don't got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They still definitely play hard. I like what they're doing. But we all know that they're the pretenders. I think Toronto is definitely the contender right now. Toronto, to me, is I think they can win the NBA Finals again. I think they can get back, or at least get back to the NBA Finals. They got Pascal Siakam, Van Fleet is playing good basketball. Kyle Lowry is definitely a solid. Definitely been playing solid. OG Anunoby, Marc Gasol. That squad is definitely more experienced, and they're definitely getting it in. So definitely they're the Brooklyn is definitely the pretenders, and Toronto is definitely the contenders. Next in the lineup, we got Boston versus Philly, and this is a tough one to me. Even though I think I think they have a better squad. I just don't know. Kemba Walker, I think he's playing through an injury. I think his knee is still a little messed up, but they still got Jason Tatum. I don't think they got a matchup for Tatum. I think Brown should have been an All-Star this year. Hayward has been solid. He's not the All-Star Hayward, but he's definitely been solid. I think I'm going to go with Boston as my contender right now. I think Philly losing Ben Simmons. I know they kind of been shaky. I think that was still a big loss for them. He, as a defender especially. Philly, I don't know about Philly. They just have not gotten together. So for my pretender, I have to go with Philadelphia right now. With Miami versus Indiana, I think this matchup is definitely hard. TJ Warren has definitely been bucking out. There's definitely some, I want to say beef, but there's been some major differences between them and Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? I just wonder who's going to win this matchup. But I'm going to have to go with Miami on this one, man. I think that Jimmy Butler, I think he's Jimmy Buckets for a reason. I think he's going to really put the clamps on TJ Warren. I think that they have a better squad. I like their squad. They got Gordon Dragic, they got Duncan Robinson, they got Bio. I think he's definitely been the all-star caliber player, in which he has been, and he is the all-star caliber player. I got Miami in this matchup, even though Victor Oladipo, I think TJ Warren have definitely done a good job. I just don't think they're going to beat that Miami team. Next, I'm going to go with the Western Conference. And for my first matchup, it's Clippers versus the Mavs. I would have to, of course, I'm going to go with the Clippers, even though the Mavs are my team, and I think I want them to win. But the Mavs have been terrible in the fourth quarter. They just fall apart in the fourth quarter, and I think with a Clippers team that is deep in the bench, and you got the two best defenders in the NBA. I think Luka Doncic, he's going to perform, and I think he's going to show out in his first NBA playoff and his first NBA playoff series. But I think he's going to get overwhelmed sooner by Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I just don't think we have, especially at the wing, I don't think we have enough wing defenders to control both of them. And I think Kawhi is going to take over that series. We're going to go with Denver versus Utah. I would have to go from Denver as my contender. And Utah is my pretender. You know what I mean? I think the Mike Conley signing hasn't panned out like they thought it was. I think Donovan Mitchell should be playing the point guard right now. I think they got two undersized guards right now. And I think Jamal Murray and Will Barton and Michael Porter Jr. has been playing good. Grant has been coming off the bench, but he's been taking most of the minutes from Paul Millsap. And I think Paul Millsap does add that veteran presence on that team. And then, of course, you got Nikola Jokic. I know you got Rudy Gobert to guard him, but I think Nikola Jokic with his passing and the Denver, to me, having a deeper team, whereas Utah is missing Bogdanovich, and I think that was an important loss for them. So I'm going to have to go with Denver as my contender and Utah as my pretender. Now, the Thunder versus Houston. This is definitely, I think, the most interesting matchup of the playoffs, and I think it's the toughest one because you don't know when, definitely when Russell Westbrook is going to return from his quad strain. And I'm going to have to go, and I think this is going to be my biggest kind of shock. I'm going to have to go with the Thunder. I got the Thunder going as my contender on this round, and Houston as my pretender, man. I just think this is just a bad matchup, especially with Steven Adams down low. I think if they don't get Russell Westbrook back, I just see the Thunder as my contender right now. I think that's my one gamble I'm going to make. I just think it's a bad matchup for Houston, especially with Chris Paul running the point. I think he's going to exploit the mismatches given to them in the post. And you got Shai Gilgeous, Shai Gilgeous, that he's going to definitely have a big role. I think he could be in the award for most improved, definitely. And I think that was the big pickup for the Paul George pick, was picking up him. And then we're going to go with the Lakers versus Memphis or the Blazers. Now, I know the matchup is not set yet, but I think the Lakers are going to beat both teams. I don't think they got anybody who can really guard LeBron in both matchups. I think Memphis is way too young for them to be playing the Lakers. I think the Lakers are just a veteran team. I think they're gonna honestly sweep the Grizzlies if they play them. The Blazers, I don't think they will sweep the Blazers. I think they'll beat them in 6, but I still think it will be a tough 6 for the Lakers. But I don't see the Blazers beating them. So for my contender, I'm gonna have to go with the Lakers hands down in either series if they play them. I don't see the Blazers beating that Lakers team because they're just not it, man. I think the Blazers are just, like I said, they're always missing that one piece every single year. I like Dame. I like C.J. McCollum. I think Carmelo Anthony has definitely been proven that he belongs in this league, but they're just missing that one key role, and I just don't think they'll have enough firepower to beat the Lakers. So just tell me your thoughts. Let me know. Like, subscribe. Tone out.